All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another 182 News special. This is your host, Poppin' Curbs, and I am joined once again by the one and only Davey Jones. Davey, what's up, dude?
Hey, Poppin', how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. So for those of you who listen to the pod, you know Davey, longtime OG fan. I call him a Blink-182 historian, unofficial, official Blink-182 historian. Still the #1 downloaded podcast to this day. So if you haven't heard Davey's story, and
Real? Are you serious? It's
to
still
this
number
day,
one,
man. Yeah, still. So if you want to know,
you got to get Mark on, right? You get Mark on, it'll beat you.
That'll probably break the record. But for now, enjoy it. So Davey was hardcore fan. Took us on a ride from '95 really through '98. On the first episode, we did 3 pods together. Go back and check those out for sure. Now, for those of you who have been interested in kind of following our journey on the Tom DeLonge sticker strat, I've put out, I believe, 3 videos on this YouTube channel to date. There is one that is my journey, which is kind of piecing together the parts, everything I needed. There is one called The Research, and that is when Davey and I took a super nerdy dive into everything that went into figuring out what the hell was on this guitar, how it's built, all the stickers. And then the third and final one, which was probably 5 or 6 months ago, was the application. And that is when Davey and I went one by one. We put these stickers on in the exact order that is ideal. And let me show this to you. I got it right next to me. So this is where you last saw us.
Yeah.
Still a beautiful axe that I love.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, we thought we were done. Now, if you watch that video, you'll know that Davey has his own replica. He's part of why I wanted to build mine. And there's so many folks who have put in a ton of research into this. So shout out Q182, blinkstillrules, Thibaut. A ton of people have put so much research into this. And so Davey had a rad replica. Davey helped me build my replica, which for the past couple months, I think was probably the sickest one on the planet. However, this is getting ready to change. So in the last one, Davey mentioned that he had a replica, but it wasn't the 40th anniversary. So if you listen to those, if you watched them, you'll know that Tom's actual model was a 40th anniversary Fender Strat. Now, these are hard to find, and they're especially hard to find in decent condition, where the white looks white and all of that. Now, Davey, let us know what's changed in the past couple months here.
All right. So yeah, the one that I built, my sticker strat, is like yours. It's a MIM, right? It's a made in Mexico. I think mine's in early 2000s. So the body is very similar. It's just not made in the Corona plant, right? It's made in Mexico. The fretboard's a little different, right? So it's not quite the dark rosewood that you see on the actual made in America one. The trees are different, right? So yours has 1 tree, just like mine, right? Where the actual 40th has 2 of those. So yeah, this has been my rocker for a long time. Thanks again for getting me the Court Jones bunny plate on there.
I forgot about that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've got one just like yours, the same plate there, the Court Jones. So yeah, this has been my rocker. I put this together in 2017, and this has been my rocker ever since. But the dream, Poppin', the dream was always to get a real 40th Strat. So 1994 into 1995, because the production one, goes over the calendar year. Fender did a 40th anniversary Stratocaster, and there are a couple of different versions of these. They don't come up very often, and they cost a bit more. So you're going to be able to do a MIM and set that all up for under $1,000. These 40ths run closer to about 2, sometimes higher. I lucked out. I found one back east at the start of the summer. The color wasn't right. I think it was like a dark blue or something like that. And the body had been dinged up a little bit, but that's why I got it for, I think, a more reasonable price than you might have trying to secure one of these. So Allan Corona, who right?
Of course.
Right? Dear friend and guitar and bass maker extraordinaire. I started a conversation with him and I was like, if I get one of these 40ths, and it's not the right color and it's kind of dinged up, what can you do with it? And Allan was like, okay, I can completely strip it. I can sand out any of the body damage and get it to perfect. I can prime it and then repaint it. And so we had a conversation about, there's 2 different kind of whites that Fender was using at the time and still use. There's an Olympic white and there's a polar white. Now, The white that was on Tom's original, that's a paint that's subject to yellowing, that's going to yellow over the years. So if I was going to try and track down an actual 40th that was white, it's going to be quite yellowed, which is the way Tom's looks today, right? So I was like, Allan, man, how can I treat this guitar in a way where it will look like it's 1994, like it's new forever? And he's like, well, you know, you don't want to do the Olympic, you want to do the Polar, the other white. So here it is. I'll show you the, see the white there. It's white. It's super white. So this is all, you know, completely stripped and hand sanded, the entire thing by Allan Corona. I have already started some of the basic taping and positioning of the stickers that we're going to apply today. But yeah, I have to give a shout out to Allan. I was on a road trip down to California, and I was able to actually go down to San Diego and like hang out with him and see his shop. And he showed me the guitar in process. It took a little bit longer than expected. There were problems with the nut, and he had some wiring issues. But he actually took the guitar popping to, I guess Jeff is one of Tom's guys that works on his stuff. So the shop that Jeff takes Tom's guitars to is called Pitbull Audio. And that's the same shop that Allan works with. So actually, my guitar was wired up and set up, and the nut, and they fixed the stuff with the neck and everything by the dudes that actually work on Tom's guitars for Jeff. So that's kind of rad that this actual 40th was worked on at that shop by those people.
And Allan, not to interrupt, but so Allan, previous podcast guest, so go back and listen to his episode. He, as you said, is a bass making extraordinaire. He makes insane Mark Hoppus replica bass guitars. On my episode with him, he took us through the entire process. It's amazing. He does incredible work. He and David Salis actually made a bass for Mark in quarantine that's beautiful. And Mark actually said it plays so well and is so rad, he's going to bring it out on the next tour. So definitely go back and listen to those. And I think Allan's been on the pod twice. And, you know, just you mentioning that you got to meet up with him in San Diego, I think since we recorded our last one, I was in San Diego and got to hang out with Allan as well. So that was really rad.
Heck yeah. And I just want to give him all the credit in the world, because if not for him, we would not be stickering up this guitar today. So are you ready? I've got a list. Have you got the same list?
I got the same list, man. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through these in a particular order that Davey came up with, really on mine. I don't know if you fine-tuned or tweaked that process.
Nope, it's the same list that we did when we stickered yours. Yep.
Okay, so for those of you who are looking to sticker this, now, again, you've got to find these stickers on your own. This is the part that's kind of hard. Davey has put hundreds of hours into recreating each of these by hand. It's a bit of an ordeal. So go back and watch the previous two on the channel to get an understanding of how we got to where we are. But today, this is more of a celebration of Davey's got a 40th. It's painted white. It's beautiful. We're going to lay these stickers down. He's already got them cut, but we're going to get this thing ready to roll. And honestly, it's probably going to be the most accurate TD Fender sticker Strat replica to date. Am I wrong?
No. I'm hoping, yes, once we get these stickers laid down, this is going to be my ultimate jam. Unless there's another big discovery about the artwork. I think we found out all that we can find out. We did, thanks to people like blinkstillrules and Q182, we're able to get super hyper accurate on the Pennywise, even more accurate than the one that's on your guitar. We actually found on social media someone had a picture of one of these stickers, and then I was able to blow it up and get the sizing right and everything. So these letters here with the white ink are exactly 1-to-1 of the 90s sticker. Also, some props to personally Joe Vandal, who was able to work with blinkstillrules to get the real Vandals sticker. I've got one right here that I'll show you.
Yeah, a couple things have actually changed since we did mine. So the Pennywise was one, the Vandals was one. There it is. Yeah.
So we were able to scan the actual one that Joe Vandal personally mailed him.
Wow.
Right? And then as a result, we're able to hand cut out exactly the way Tom did on his. So that's a 1-to-1. The other big coup, and this is again thanks to people like Q182, was we were able to secure an actual Rhythm Collision sticker. So the Rhythm Collision sticker that's on the guitar was one that was, I think it was one of their 7 inches. I can't remember offhand which one. So we're actually to scan that. And then they had the actual one-to-one of that rhythm collision. You know, the before, you know, I had a lower res example and the size was probably a little bit off. Yeah. So, I mean, unless, you know, the queers art, which I personally assembled, unless like the queers source like comes to light, I think this is it in terms of like how accurate we're going to be able to get here. All right,
crazy.
So
it's crazy how just in a couple months, though, there were 3 new things that you all discovered, because just since we did mine, those are 3 new discoveries right there. So that's pretty rad. I mean, this is an ongoing thing. You know, there could be a photo pop up tomorrow that all of a sudden we're like, fuck, we're missing 3 stickers on the back, or we now know what's on the back. So
that's the other thing, right? Yeah, there is some mysteries about the back, and we just don't have high enough quality source of what it looked like, particularly later on.
Yeah.
All right, so first thing to note about the 40th Strat is up here on the headstock. You see those 2 holes there?
Yeah.
So this 40th Strat actually shipped with, you can see it here, a little pin. It says 40th, right? And there's a little like red, white, and blue action happening.
And that's a quick way to identify 40th Strats.
Absolutely, is that they come with one of these. Yep. So that was not glued or affixed or anything. It was literally just 2 little pinholes. So with a small, you know, micro screwdriver, I was able to pry that up. So it's very easy to take off. Of course, I'm going to save it. It's a great little memento. But Tom, for whatever reason, like didn't want to rep that on there. So when he peeled it off, he saw that there's these 2 holes. So the Clover sticker covers up perfectly those 2 holes that are left there on the headstock. So I believe the Clover is the first sticker we've got to apply. Is that right?
That's the first one. That's how I started mine. So let's get this party started, man.
Awesome. And we'll cross them off as we go. So yeah, I've got a little kind of work table set up here. There's the Clover. And let me have a look at yours really quick. Hold your neck up. Let me see that there.
Here it is. Let me try to get this at an angle where you can kind of get an idea.
There it is. There it is. There it is. All right, so let's peel this Clover up and get it on.
This is the first one of Davey's official sticker Strat. And, you know, I was always curious about that because I thought, you know, we knew that pin was there. That 40th pin was on the headstock. And I was wondering how it was affixed and how, you know, with his clover leaf over it, there was nothing showing or protruding or anything. So that's interesting that it just pops right off and leaves those 2 little holes.
Well, we wondered too about the particular angle of the Clover, and actually, the angle was to cover up the holes. So there's one under this leaf and one under that leaf.
Yep.
I'm just comparing it there now to the my Made in Mexico one. Okay, what's next on our list?
First one is on, man. Very nice. Next up
on
is
and crossed off.
Next up is Headstock Descendants.
Got it.
This is an important one.
Headstock Descendants. There we are. And this is supposed to go just exactly over the logo and the serial. So again, with the headstock here, you know, Tom was being, you know, crafty and creative and just looking for ways to just cover up stuff on the guitar.
Yeah. And this one will be interesting because his pretty much covered up the entire Fender. And on mine, because mine is a current player series model, it actually didn't. A little bit of it was sticking out. And that makes sense because it's a totally different model. So it's going to be interesting to see how yours looks.
All right, it's on. You want to see?
Yeah, let's take a look, man. Dude, see, so yours
it perfectly covers the logo and the serial number.
Yes, yours is perfect. And if you look at mine, you'll see that it sticks up a little bit.
Yeah, that F's a little bit larger.
Yeah.
When again with the 40th, you have 2. There are 2 trees for the strings, and you only have 1. See that?
Yeah, that's something I didn't know. That's crazy. Next up is going to be the headstock back reverse Arnett. Now, did we do the reverse on mine? I don't recall having different Arnett's. Let me look. Black in the middle, black in the middle. I don't think I did the reverse.
All right, so yeah, so you're pointing out one other detail, which again, people like blinkstillrules and Q182 helped us out with that. Yeah. You know, with careful examination of some camcorder footage of the back of the guitar, which surfaced on YouTube, we were able to determine that yes, the sticker that is on the back of the headstock is a reverse of the Arnet that's found on the front. So the Arnet's on the front, it's the same exact art, but it's flipped. I mean, sticker companies do this all the time.
Yeah.
So that's black lettering on white, and then you'll see the one on the back is actually white lettering on black. You see that?
Yeah. So that's wrong on mine.
I believe the placement, correct me if I'm wrong, the placement is supposed to follow parallel to the tuners, right?
It does. Yep.
We placed it perfectly on yours, did we not?
Yes.
So,
yeah, mine looks good, although now we know it's completely wrong and it's ruined and mine's a piece of crap.
oh, boo-hoo.
You guys just waited until I completed mine to learn all this new stuff.
That's right. We just wanted to ruin your life. Okay. All right, we're on. Have a look at that there.
Exactly how mine looks. The TTs are lined up with those far right ones.
Here we go. Let me snap a pic on that.
Headstock's done, dude.
And then we're going to continue with the photos with the ones on the rear, right?
Yep. Next up is going to be the back. And so again, this is kind of a rush. Davey knows what he's doing and is getting it down, not hecking around. And for those of you who are actually wanting to follow along with this, find precise placement, exactly how you need to cut, go back and watch the previous one on the YouTube channel, because that is one that Davey and I hope people for years to come will be building their Strat and watching that video along with it, putting these stickers down, because it shows you exactly what you need to do. So check that one out if you're wondering why we're not totally paying attention to these. So yep, right. Rear Descendants.
Okay,
it's going down.
All right, so I'm going to pull up my reference shot on that, which is the one that we have from actually the record release party for Cheshire Cat at Soma, is the best shot that we have of the Descendants on the back.
Yep.
All right.
I liked laying down these back ones because they're huge stickers. So, and they're not on top of each other.
They're not.
So these aren't that bad.
They are not. Okay. Really get it down on there. Okay. Descendants is down.
Nice. Hell yeah.
See that here?
And when you do these right, the bottom left and the bottom right are just right
touching the curve there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Next up is 7 seconds.
And yeah, we have that one shot of him jumping at Warped Tour 97.
That's a gnarly jump.
It's a great shot.
This is one where I was wanting to make sure I had it facing the right way. So when you're laying these down, you not only do you have to get the placement right, you have to make sure it's pointing the right direction.
Right. Okay. 7 seconds is on. There we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Next up to complete the back is going to be gutter mouth.
Got it on. There it is. There's gutter mouth.
Exactly how it's supposed to look.
Yeah.
It literally just lines up at the top of the 7 seconds.
And that one, I mean, the stuff on the back's not too stressful. Like the only gutter mouth reference we have is like a blurry camcorder picture. So it's, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of a miracle.
Don't stress about the placement on that one, you know?
Yeah. It's a miracle we were able to figure out the back. And as I say, you guys, definitely not me.
All right. What's next on our list here?
So this is where it gets interesting. So if you need to take a break for those doing this, this is where you take a little break, get a breather, you know, do what you got to do to calm down, because shit's about to get real. So next up is Good Riddance. And this is a very important one to get down. And thankfully, we have some great references on where this has to go.
Yep. So again, that key photo that you guys are looking at right now, this is the shot that Kerry Key took at the Whiskey. You'll see that the alignment is really, you set it where that R and that I come around the curve of the horn, right? So if you can get that down, everything else is going to line up around it. So I'm going to untape some of the stuff that I've taped on here.
Yep.
I was doing some preliminary positioning to get ready for the video the other night. So let's go ahead and take these off that I had taped on.
Yeah, this is a long one. It has to go down the horn. And like Davey just said, you have to get that R and that I right on that curve. And as long as you push that down first, you kind of slide it down the side, you're all good.
So yeah, there's a little bit of buckling as you come around the curve. That's to be expected.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, let's here we go. Let's check it out.
It looks good, man.
All right, so there's the
Yep.
RI.
That's the key, setting that RI right there on the horn. The rest just flows.
Okay. Let's get a picture here. What's next on our list?
Next is going to be the Ivy. So for those of you who watched the last one, you'll know that this Operation Ivy is one that has to be cut. You will cut out this Ivy section, and these next two stickers are actually going to be, well, actually, no, we put Weasel on after this. So there are two stickers made out of the one. So watch the previous one to get an idea of where you need to cut for sure.
Yeah. So, you know, the best reference shot, right, is the one we have from Ann's book, where Tom is stringing his guitar and he's got it laying on his lap. And you can see there kind of how much room there is side to side with that Ivy sticker. So
this is another chance to mention, this is the order we are putting them in is not the way Tom did them historically. This is the way that Davey primarily came up with to make this easy for us to put down to get the end goal, which is, you know, making it look like however you want it. Now, this is also a good point to point out, you know, which era are you making yours off of, Davey?
Right. So for me, you know, the emotional moment of seeing Tom play this guitar for so many shows was when they did, you know, when the Damn It video premiered. And it's like, oh my gosh, you know, that was the moment where here basically our hometown heroes were on the national stage and that their video was on MTV. So for me, that's a real sentimental moment for the guitar. So some people like to apply the Lagwagon sticker, which is the last one he put on at the very tail end of sort of Warp 97. And then in the fall, he stopped playing the guitar live. But for me, I don't. I leave that one off. For me, the emotional moment is seeing it as it appears in Damn It. Which means that I'm not going to be doing it on the video with you here, but there's bits of little tape and stuff that he like applied on the guitar. He was covering up some of the company logos and stuff. I'm going to want to do that with mine and put the tape on there.
Oh, you're going that far on it.
Yeah, I want to put the bits of tape on there. I really want it to feel like this came from the set of Damn It.
Okay. Yeah.
But everyone has a different emotional touch point. Yep. Like you put the Lagwagon on yours, right?
I did. Yeah. Here's a Lagwagon on mine. And this is, we touched base on this in the last video. Not only is it awesome to see people build their relics, and obviously you can do it however you wish, but there are certain folks who want it, you know, 1996, some 97, some, you know, like Davey on the Damn It video. So it's just kind of cool to see what people end up doing with it.
Well, and you know, it might seem strange to some Blink fans, but this is not unusual behavior. I think we talked about this before on the earlier video, where like people will do Eddie Van Halen replicas and they want it for a specific month that he was touring when he put a specific thing on, you know. There is no end to how nerdy people can get with this stuff, which I think is great, you know?
Yeah.
It's no different than being like a super sports fan, you know, you're nerding out about it.
Yeah.
That's all.
I want my guitar like he had it on January 3rd before lunch.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I've got to pull up the tape on Weasel here because I've got some tape here. There's the Ivy.
Great. Yep, that looks great. It is opposite of how Riddance is.
Yeah, it's funny. He did Riddance facing and then Ivy away, but you know, whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
So the next one, so Screeching Weasel is one that is hand cut. And this is one that you want to pay attention to. You want to follow it properly. Again, go back and watch the last video. We get super deep and nerdy on exactly how these should be cut, placed, etc. But just for reference, this is one that you will have to hand cut.
Well, and yeah, and I'm kind of a little nervous about this because this isn't one that you can really cut ahead of time. Because when you look at how it's cut on the guitar in these reference photos, you'll see that Tom clearly stuck it on the guitar and then kind of trimmed with his scissors around the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I did on mine as well. And there's a little part, and I feel like I nailed this on mine. There's a little edge right here where this jets out. And that's something that I was stoked I nailed that on mine.
On the cut there, yeah?
Yeah. And it's because it's hand cut. So he probably just laid it there, cut it quick, didn't think, it took him 2 seconds to do. He didn't think about it like we are.
No. This is like, just hanging out at the practice space, got some new stickers from the skate shop. It's really kind of that kind of moment.
Yeah. I was thinking about this today. I'm shocked because I don't think Mark had any either. I'm shocked I don't see any The Cure stickers nor Bad Religion from either of them.
Or even like there's no like face-to-face, like all the sort of stuff that was really inspiring Tom and his music during this era. No, you don't see any of them on here.
I was thinking about that today in the shower. I'm like, that is really odd because these are their heroes. Now, obviously, Descendants are on there multiple times.
Descendants are on there, right.
But yeah, I'm just shocked that, especially Mark. I'm shocked Mark did not have The Cure sticker somewhere.
All right, here comes Weasel. I'm pretty nervous, so just like give me a breath here, okay?
Okay, take your time.
One's kind of a moment, and how you cut it really affects.
This is the sticker for reference. And if memory serves, they have an album or EP or something where this is the entire front cover, right?
Yeah, it's the cover to Bogota, which is their
That's
first
right,
one,
yeah.
I believe, yeah. So it's on there, and I've sort of pressed it to the body curve.
Yeah.
And then I guess the only way to really do it is to go along that curve with scissors, which is what he did.
Yeah.
So I really pressed it into the curve of the body to make sure that it's really on there. I mean, we've talked about this on prior videos, but there's no way to make it 100% perfect. You want it to have the feel of the original, right?
Right.
Feel.
Yep.
I think I got it, and I'm really happy with the way the curve hits the Weasel's jacket is kind of really key.
Yep.
I kind of think I nailed it. And I have that little bit that kisses over the corner. So have a look. And then look at the trim. Check out my trim there. See, there's a little bit that comes over the corner.
Yeah.
And it really hits the edge of the jacket in the right spot. See?
Yeah. No, that looks great. And you're going to have plenty of real estate for that operation sticker next to kiss that corner.
Yep. So that's really key. So looking at the reference photo here, again, the one from Ann's book where Tom is stringing the guitar, you can see that operation just goes over that little bit.
Just a tad.
And part of the order of operations with the photos, right, Poppin, is that we can kind of get a sense of the order that he put them on. We have reference photos where you can see clearly he added this before that. Some of them are history, but we've got a lot there of the record. So operation, look at that. I'm going to be able to kiss that right there.
It's crazy how much we owe research and history-wise to Ann's book. I mean, that is just, I wish I could have a chance to tell her how much we thank her for that and appreciate that book.
Well, I mean, she'd be an awesome person to have on the podcast. I know she had been on After School Radio. She'd been on there.
Yeah, she was on there recently.
And, I mentioned on my podcast episode that Ann and I, took Photoshop class together. It was cool. She got me, backstage on the tour bus at one point. And when that book came out, I wrote a really nice review on Amazon and was just so proud of her that she wrote that book.
It's such
seeing
a great
photos
book.
in there of like shows that I went to, and it was kind of emotional when that book came out.
Yeah, it's just a really cool gift to the fans, really.
All right, so here we go. Operations going down.
Okay.
I need to make sure. I'm going to bring up that reference photo myself.
Yep.
Got it. So yep. So basically, where it's kissing is this little bit of black here by the O. You see that?
Yep.
That's where it's kissing. Let's see if we've got that moment. There it is.
You got it, dude. Totally.
There it is. Cool.
So that side of the horn is done. That's it. Moving right along. Next up, we're going to the pickups. So once these are cut, the cut is the important part on these. And also, we should note, this also depends on how your guitar is built, how that cutout is on the DiMarzio may affect what you're able to slide in between these. But for the most part, once you get these cut, these are easy to slap in. So we're doing the pickup Milos next.
All right, pickup Milos. Yeah, so as you mentioned, it really depends on how your guitar is set up. Now, right. I was blessed with the craftsmanship of Allan Corona. Yep. And so, I sent him our hero reference image. I sent him a whole folder of images. And I got to tell you, you know, working with Allan is like, it's like working with Leonardo da Vinci. Like this guy,
it's insane.
This guy, he sent me a picture and he's like, I've cut the slot to within a millimeter of what it was on the reference photo.
Wow.
You know, so yours was a standard diagonal pickup slot, right? So your pickup's a little bit further this way.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. And my custom cutout is more rounded.
Right.
Yours is how Tom's is.
Yeah, yours is more rounded there.
Yep.
But you know, Allan was so proud. He sent me this photo and he's like, I've got it within like a millimeter of how it is on the reference photo.
That looks sick, dude.
You know, it's like, that's why, like, if you get a chance to work with Allan and to have him craft an instrument for you, go for it. It's just amazing.
And this is one that you are doing with strings on, and I did as well.
Yep.
And it made it a tad bit tougher. You kind of have to pull it up, you know, with one hand to get it to fully slide in there.
It is. It's tough, but it's what Tom did, so we're doing it too.
Yep.
All right, I think, yeah, it's hard to put your fingers through the strings to press the sticker down.
It really is.
Hurts a little bit with the razor edge of the strings. All right. It would appear that we got it.
Take a look.
Let's have a look.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Right.
Nice, dude.
All right.
Dope.
Next comes Milo Goes to College. Because I've cut this very, very precisely, it should be an easy application.
Man, since our last video, I watched Filmage, that Descendants documentary, and I had no clue that Mark was in it. Mark's in it. It's great.
Yeah, Mark's in it. Yeah. Filmage is freaking great documentary.
Yeah, it was awesome. They had a ton of history, man, that I didn't know about. Actually, they played near me a month ago. Really bummed I didn't get a chance to go. They're one of those bands I have not seen live, and I feel like I need to, just because of how much they meant to Blink, really.
Yeah, I mean, the epic thing for me is watching Blink open for the Descendants at the Whiskey in October of '96.
Insane.
That's the show that Carrie took that famous picture that we've used as reference, and I was standing on the barricade like right next to him when he took that photo.
Wow.
All right, I think it's lined up exactly. You tell me. I think it's lined up exactly. Look at that.
Dude, it's perfect.
Directly along the line.
Oh my God, it's perfect.
Right.
So next up is going to be Short-Lived. So this is one that's pretty easy since you're in the vicinity, right there, top of the pick guard.
Got it. And then what am I looking at after Short-Lived?
You're going to be Husker Du 10-foot pole.
Got it. So we'll attack the bottom part of the guard and then work our way around, if I recall. All right, let's have a look. There it is.
Cake. Heck yeah.
On there, right? Done?
Sweet.
All right. Husker Du is next, is that correct?
Husker Du 10-foot pole is next. And this is one that, you know, if you're serious about doing one of these, go back and watch the previous video, because we talk about exactly where you have to cut this. You know, this is a sticker. This is a cut sticker on top of a cut sticker. So
yeah, there's an extra step in the application process here.
Yeah.
And this will happen again for us, where we have to affix one sticker onto another before we apply it to the axe.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the fender over here.
And this is one, you know, of all the stickers on the pickguard, man, this is the one that sticks out as soon as you see a photo of him playing this. It's a very important sticker, and there are two different little vantage points here that you really got to hope you nail. And this is one, honestly, on mine, I think this is what I was probably the most proud of. I nailed the T going into the DiMarzio.
Right.
And then I nailed that same into the E on the pickguard.
This is the arc. Yep. All right, so we've got it assembled here. One sticker stuck to the other. Again, this is an instance where we're mimicking what Tom did, right? So Tom had Husker Du on there. At some point, he pulled it or stretched it and it got cut. And he put 10-foot pole on top, and then he cut off this little bit because it was in the way of his volume knob. So we're just kind of we're reverse engineering it, right? And we're applying it as a single sticker unit there. So again, I got to put the guitar in front of me here.
Yeah.
So really get a sense. This one's tricky. Like I need to hit the sweet spot that you hit, which is the E kisses the arc of the pick guard, and the edge of the T dips into the hum slot. So it's a delicate business. I think I've nailed it, but I want you to be the judge. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm gonna judge it. Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it in, and you tell me.
Oh, dude, you nailed it. You nailed it. That T in the DiMarzio is what I'm looking at.
And the distance from the guard on the bottom and the E hitting it.
Yep. And it's that, yeah, the E and everything, the second E right above that screw. That's right where it needs to be.
Woo. Okay.
That's a big one.
Pressure's off.
That's the hardest one on the pick guard, for sure.
It is.
So that one's out of the way. Next is the knob Arnett.
Knob Arnett.
So this one's not too bad, but you do have to tuck it underneath what we learned is called the skirt.
Yeah. And I think maybe I learned that term from Allan, but I didn't know that. And that it's called the skirt, the little bit at the bottom of the knob.
So this is one where for me, I think I covered the E and everything on the sticker you just placed down.
Yep.
And I went right to left.
Okay.
And made sure it was tucked underneath.
I want the guitar in front of me here because I'm looking right at our hero reference photo. So what do we have to do? We have to cover up the E and everything.
Yeah.
We have to come underneath the skirt of the knob and without running off the pick guard, right? So that's kind of the sweet spot there.
Yeah.
Man, this is a tricky business.
It's trickier than it looks. Honestly, going into setting ours up, I thought this was just a slap it down and move on, but there are things you have to pay attention to on this one.
And you judge me on there.
Exactly. That's exactly like mine.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Oh, that looks great. So at this point, the pick guard's done, ladies and gentlemen.
The pick guard is done. The funny thing is, it's really hard, and I think I may have mentioned this on the prior video. Like an adult trying to write like a child writes, it's like in a movies or whatever, you always have to get a kid to actually do it. Like, because there's no way an adult can like replicate that childlike performance.
Yeah.
And it's the same with something like this. Like he put these stickers on quickly and randomly. And we're now looking like detectives and trying to position accurately what he just slapped on.
Exactly.
And it's almost like trying to write like a child. It's like you can't replicate that performance that happened, It's hard.
So headstock is done, sides are done, back is done, pick guard is done. Now we're moving on to the body, and we're gonna knock it out and we're gonna be done. So next up is going to be the airwalk. Now this is one that Screeching Weasel has to be down first because airwalk goes on top of it. So
this is the no, we need the
shit.
We need the pick guard. We're not done with the guard. We need the
We're not done with the guard. Sorry.
Pick guard airwalk.
There's one more airwalk on top of the pick guard. Shit. That's okay.
All right. I think we're on, and I'm gonna live with it.
Yeah.
So these stickers are unique. They're a clear rectangle, and then there's a white ink trim around the black lettering.
Yeah, and this is one that is not accurate on mine. My print shop, depending on where you get your stickers made, they may not be able to print white on clear vinyl. So that's something that my print shop was not able to do, and I didn't want to put in the time or money and effort to find a place that would. So mine are missing that white outline on airwalk. Now on the pick guard, you can't see it that much, but on Pennywise and the other airwalk, the next airwalk we're getting ready to put down, that's where you can tell that it's outlined in white for sure.
So what's the next airwalk that we have to
put down? The next one is the airwalk underneath the jack.
So the A, looks like the A comes in there a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, it's about half of the A.
And I think that's what kind of proves that the white ink is there, right? Because you can see it.
Yep.
But I think we're pretty darn close. Let's see.
Let's
have a look here.
Yep, it's about half the A, just like that.
There we go. Okay.
As you can see, you've got white outlining your A, your whole entire airwalk. So, yep, yours is more accurate than mine. I'm throwing mine in the trash.
Yeah, you're done, huh? You're just over it.
Next up is a big one. And this is one that I screwed up on mine and thankfully had a backup because
When was that?
this is No Effects.
Oh, No Effects.
And this is because of, what is it, like a reverse vinyl? There was something unique about this sticker. What is it?
It's cut vinyl.
Cut vinyl.
The sticker is cut vinyl. Yep.
So you lay it and then you peel it as opposed to just peeling it and slapping it on. You have to apply it. And then, so I screwed one up.
It's a whole deal. Yeah.
It's an ordeal. So thankfully I had a backup, but this is one that if you have it accurately, it's a cut vinyl.
All right. So can you see there?
Yep.
Got the
That's
No
how mine
Effects.
looked.
Yeah, you want to pull slowly and at a diagonal when you're peeling off.
Yeah, that's the key.
Slowly and at a diagonal. Wow. That blue is just beautiful.
It's a sick sticker, man.
All right, so you tell me. I'm gonna bring it up here.
Okay.
This one's it's just a nervous one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just look at that.
Oh, it looks sick, dude.
Oh, there it is.
Ah, it's so sick. Dude, that blue on the white, man, that's just beautiful.
Yeah.
It's rad.
Yeah, that's one where I agree with you. I would put one that's just that on the guitar.
Good hell. Yeah, that's pretty gnarly, dude.
Okay.
Cool. So next up, and this is why you have to have No Effects down next, or, at this point, the next one up is Mint.
Okay, I think here we go. It's going down.
Okay.
It's down, and okay, the interaction with the O and No Effects is a go.
Sweet. Yep, it should go right through the T.
Spot for that one. So, one up there.
Yeah.
So you can see where the T comes in with the O there.
Yep.
Okay.
Sweet.
What's next? We're getting to be done soon here.
Yeah, next is Gorilla Biscuits. I think we're getting down to the nitty gritty. We only have probably 11 left or so.
Okay. I think we're on there. And you tell me.
Take a look. Hell yeah, dude.
So look at that where the G and then the tip of Weasel there. Have a look.
Yep. Looks rad.
Okay.
Sweet, dude.
GB is on. What's next?
Next is going to be Big Brother. So
Big
this
Brother,
is the
okay.
one. Yep.
That's our black and white hero image is the one that we're going to want to have a look at.
Yep.
That's, again, another shot from Anne's book. Thank you, Anne.
Yeah. And this one, if you've got No Effects, if you got the right angle there, this one's not that bad. You got to get the spacing down, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, Big Brother was, I believe, a skate magazine, I want to say, but I don't know about Mint. If you ever talk with Tom, that's one I'd love to know. Like, what was this Mint? Was it a skateboard shop or, what was it?
I think I need to try and get Tom on the pod.
Yes.
I think what would be really rad is to go through this guitar sticker by sticker and just ask him, why, or if he remembers,
Well, I mean, that's something that you should probably point out. So these stickers that I'm applying to this Strat are identical to the stickers that Tom and his crew currently have.
Yes.
And will be, I think they're in the process of applying them to his original Strat.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the plan, kind of the top secret plan. But yeah, this is something that's,
at least he mentioned on After School Radio that he was going to be doing that. So
yeah, it's something that's, I don't want to humble brag and give us a ton of credit, but I feel like if it weren't for folks like yourself and for us and some of the fans getting
really QA182 Blink Still Rules. Yep.
Yeah. If it weren't for some of the fans coming together and really rallying around this guitar and bringing this guitar back to life, like Tom may end up with this recreated guitar because of the work of yourself and
playing it on stage.
Yeah, I mean, that's fucking insane. So
here we are.
Sweet. Piece of cake. Big Brother's an easy one, man.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy. As long as you, the one again, that I always get nervous about is the placement of no effects. It's just a real kind of nervous one.
So the next one is a top airwalk. And
that is the airwalk that goes above Big Brother and gets covered by the Vandals, but still needs to be there to be.
Okay, yeah, because I'm looking at mine and I'm thinking, where the hell is this airwalk even at? But yeah, I can see remnants of it. So this is one that's pretty easy. You'll slap it down above Big Brother. But yeah, back to what we were talking about, man. It's crazy that, you know, this is a guitar that Tom probably would have never thought of again. I bet he didn't even know if he still had it or thought about it in 15, 20 years.
Right.
But because of what we're doing with this and, you know, those like Q182, blinkstillrules, yourself, Thibaut, folks on Blink-182 Online and such, I think Tom might end up having this guitar recreated, his original, and play it again one day, which would be amazing to see, and something that, you know, I feel like we played a small part in.
Well, and you know, I have to give a shout out to Mark, right? Because, you know, he asked a bunch of us, what do you want me to ask Tom about when Tom was on After School Radio? Yeah. And I said, please ask about the sticker Strat, ask about the guitar. And Mark was like, I got you. And he asked Tom directly about it, and they talked about it. And that's when Tom was like, we're going to get it re-stickered up. So,
well, and the other revelation that we had there, and I asked Mark, I said, you know, Mark just found out that he used a studio bass for Dude Ranch, which is insane.
That's right. What we call the hippie bass.
Yeah. And so I asked Mark, I said, you know, you just figured out what you used for Dude Ranch. Ask Tom, what did he record Dude Ranch with? And I think blinkstillrules had that same question, wanted that as well.
Right. And Mark asked for you guys.
And Mark asked him, which was super rad of him. And Tom said he thinks he used the sticker Strat for Dude Ranch.
For Dude Ranch.
Which is amazing.
Mind-blowing, right?
So absolutely mind-blowing. And Davey, the video, you know, the last video we did, the application process, I know 100% they have that video. And if and when they end up putting down these stickers, which are your created stickers that blinkstillrules got printed for them, they're going to use our guide to put these down and recreate his Strat to the dot.
And I hope this video too, because this video has even further information.
Yeah, it's insane.
All right, so Airwalk and Big Brother are applied. See that?
Yep, piece of cake, looks great.
All right, what's next on our checklist?
Yeah, so next up is going to be the No Effects Airwalk, and this is another one that's kind of
so that's the one that's like tucked up into the X there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So again, the hero shot for us is that black and white photo, and we want to make sure that the Airwalk lays right inside.
Yeah.
He follows the crossbar of the X pretty straight is what he's doing there.
So those are two airwalks that you really wouldn't even know that they were there, but they're there.
Right. Well, and we've got these awesome photos. There it is. Look at that. It's lined up directly along the crossbar of the X, right? There we go.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, what's next?
Moving right along. Next is the I Don't Want to Grow Up text. So this is one that in the last video we pointed out was actually cut off of one of the Descendants ones in between the pickups.
Right.
But this is one that you want to throw down if you want to be accurate. It's there.
Right. So here's the text. So again, you know, our theory is, you know, Tom went to a record store or a skate shop and they used to have stickers that were just the album cover. And so he took the one that was the album cover and he cut it up. Right. Yep. So the Milos he put in between the pickups, but then he has these little bits of text, right, for the album titles, which he then ended up putting places. So let's see, where is this going to go? All right. Well, I'm committed.
It's on now. That looks fine. And again, this isn't one to fret over. It's going to be covered up essentially. So don't be too stressed on that one. Next up is a big one. This is Rhythm Collision / the Anime Blink sticker. So this is one that is a sticker on top of a sticker and it's hand cut. It's kind of a gnarly one, to be honest, but it's a really fucking cool one because
maybe the trickiest combo on the entire guitar.
It really might be.
And again, this is one where because he slapped one sticker onto another to sort of reverse engineer Tom's process, you really have to apply one sticker to the other and then put the unit down. It's exactly like we did with the 10-foot pole and the Husker Du. It's the same thing. All right, so we have the Rhythm Collision as a unit, and then you roll very close registration there with the hair and the ear and the pistol.
Yep.
All right. So on our reference image, we've got 2 different points we need to hit. The C in collision needs to be right up in top of the neck pickup top screw, okay?
Yeah.
And then the I in collision should be right in the corner pickguard screw. You see those 2?
Yep.
That is our point of alignment.
Totally.
And what's awesome about this sticker is that it's a scan of the actual one from the 7-inch. So this is not recreated art. This is actually reproduced art.
Nice.
So we know the size is exactly perfect.
And this is one that I think the background changed since we did mine, right?
Yeah, so the original sticker, the background's green. And what we see on the guitar is that it faded over time, you know, exposure to the sun. All right, let's show it. And we're almost done here.
Yeah, man. I think we have 5 left.
At that.
Oh, it looks nice, dude. That looks
One
nice.
thing I also did here that I didn't do on my initial Strat, although I've since added it, was, you know, the horn stripes, right?
Yeah.
So we know that those are Sharpie or some kind of marker because over time they wore off. You know, people thought, hey, it's electrical tape or something like that. It's marker. And so what I was able to do is, again, I want to capture that moment in Damn It. By Damn It, there's only 2 of them left and they're kind of faded. So what I did, Poppin, is I used a Sharpie and then I smudged it with my finger and I used a little rubbing alcohol just to shape it the way I wanted. And then you can see on the inside of the horn, there's 2 little nicks as well.
This next one, I think mine was the first one that we put this on. It's the Cargo Records one.
Oh, the super little Cargo, right?
Yeah, super small, hidden one. And I think mine, up until mine, I don't think anybody had put that because we didn't know what it was, I want to say. But
well, we didn't have a source image to identify it. But then we found that source image before he had the strung out on there. And you see it. And you can still see it in the hero image. It's just a little bit of it there at the bottom of the R.
Just a little bit, but it's there.
It's there. You know, and Cargo's one of those where because it's completely covered up, you kind of have to guess the size. But what's cool about sticker design is, you know, at least in US inches, the sizes are very consistent. So it's like, once I figured out that this was, you know, whatever, 1 inch or 1 1/4 long, it made sense how tall it was, you know, so those kinds of things. What's next?
This next one is one that I know mine was the first one to have because we kind of discovered it on, you know, during my process, and it's the Milo Goes to College text. So this was another string of text that we had left over from a sticker, and lo and behold, it's there.
All right.
And this all sets up what is going to be the next one.
Let's have a look.
Out.
Yeah, let's have a look here, Rye. We're almost done.
Yeah. 4 left.
I'm just blown away with, look at this. It's like right in there in the zone.
Looks rad.
Now for strung out, right, you're going to need to, as we did with yours, you're going to have to remove these 2 pickguard screws. And then what I do is I prop it up with a little mini screwdriver and just prop it open so that you can maneuver the sticker underneath. So I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that threw me a curveball when we were doing mine. I just remembered that, but I'm glad you already had the screws out ready to roll.
Screws are out, and then just take a little mini screwdriver and just wedge it in there, and then that's gonna let the guard hang a little bit off the body there. Wow. Okay. You tell me.
Happy with it? Let's take a look. Looks great, dude.
Right. So we're hitting the hair on rhythm collision. We've got the I don't.
Yeah.
T is a little bit below.
Oh,
this is one that slightly curves the body at the top.
I think you nailed it.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right.
Heck yeah.
Okay. What's left? Not much, right?
Not much. There are only 3 left. Next up is the Queers. This is one that has to be hand cut. It's a little gnarly.
Yeah, and the hand cutting is super. He did a pretty little precise job here with this one.
Yeah, he did. So this is one, you know, go back and watch the last video again if you're trying to be super precise on these and want to follow along. But once you've got this cut, as far as laying it down, it's not too bad.
So let's have a look.
Okay.
Again, I mean, you know, all this stuff is recreated based on these like blurry photos and stuff. So we're getting as close as we can, but so we've hit the S there. It goes into the O in Gorilla, right? I think the real one obscures a little bit more the A of the airwalk underneath, but that's fine.
I don't think I even have that airwalk on mine, to be honest.
Oh yeah, there's an airwalk that's right above Screeching Weasel, in between Screeching Weasel and No Effects. Okay, Queers is on there.
Wait.
All right, what do we have left?
We're down to the final two, man. It's crazy.
Okay.
Second to last one is the Vandals. This is one you mentioned at the very beginning. This has changed since mine slightly, but we have the absolute perfect sticker from Joe Vandal himself. So
thanks to Joe Vandal and Blink Still Rules, we managed to get the app scan the actual circular sticker.
Yeah.
Which Joe sent him, Joe Escalante. And then we've hand trimmed it exactly the way Tom's was hand trimmed. Okay, I think we got it.
Okay.
I think we got it. You'll see when you compare to the image.
Yeah.
But there we are. See the K and airwalk pokes out, and then Vandals touches the O.
Nice, dude.
And No Effects.
Heck yeah.
Right, there we go.
Okay.
And you can see because it's reflective, it's deceptive. The green is actually quite dark. But when you move it in the light, do you see how it gets lighter? So that's why, like on the Vandals video, it looks like it's super bright lime green, but that's just the studio lighting on it.
Yeah.
The actual sticker is quite a bit darker.
Yeah, mine is
photos
lighter.
Yeah. So it's actually, we know the right color because we're able to scan the actual sticker, right?
Yeah, that's rad.
Okay, what's left?
Dude, we're down to the final one, man. Pennywise.
Oh, no, you know what? The Horn Arnett. We have to put the Horn Arnett on. I forgot that one.
Oh.
Yeah, the Horn Arnett. So let's do that.
Okay. That's an easy one.
And we are on.
Sweet.
And then you'll see, just like on the hero image, there's these two stripes. The faded Sharpie stripes from the horn that he drew.
Yeah.
A couple years prior. All right, there we go. So there's the Horn Arnett. See? So that's
nice, dude.
Yeah, tell us in the comments. I don't even know what these are called.
The metal horn skirt.
Right? Okay, now what do we have?
Now I think we're down to the final one, man. I think it's Pennywise.
Like Pennywise and that's it, huh?
And that's it, because you're not doing Lagwagon. You're one sticker away from having the most accurate Tom DeLonge sticker Strat replica on the planet.
Yes. Until Tom and his guys sticker his, because that's the actual guitar, right?
Yeah.
So we'll call this the second most accurate, and then it is, and I didn't mention this earlier, it is from the same serial run as Tom's. So mine is only a few hundred guitars away from, I believe it's slightly older than Tom's, but only a few hundred serial numbers away.
That's crazy, dude.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous. This is the last one.
This is a big deal.
I'm a little stressed, but it is.
It's going down, ladies and gentlemen.
Down. And again, we had an image that we found on social, so I was able to size this. The lettering is identical. The thickness of the white is identical to the real sticker. And then here we are. This is the final. There it is.
Dude, that lettering with the white outline looks rad.
And then look at the precise interaction here with the mint and the Gorilla Biscuit all the way into the No Effects.
Damn, dude. There you have it.
There we go. The only thing I'm going to do, and I won't do it here on the video, is there's little bits of tape that I'm going to add to the body to indicate the tape that he put on when they filmed the Damn It video.
Yeah.
Because I really, for me, that's the emotional touch point, is seeing them debut that video. And we were so freaking proud of them that they had made it to the national sort of scene, being on MTV and everything. Okay, there we go.
Damn, dude. Well, there we have it, man. There it is. To date, the most accurate replica on the planet. So this was rad. We knocked that out pretty quick, man. When we did mine, it took about 6 hours. So we're getting quicker at this.
I feel like we were on that call for like forever.
Yeah.
To get it all done.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, this was a pleasure as always. If anybody has any questions, Davey and I, Blink Still Rules, Q182, everybody's always down to help. Ask below. Appreciate everybody checking this out. And, you know, if you build your own, send me the pictures, tag me in the photos. I want to see them. This is a resource that we hope people use for years and years. So, Davey, this is been
hold
great,
them up
man.
here. So here we have, this is the made in Mexico. And then this is the actual 40th.
Wow, dude.
With even more accurate sticker art. Like I said, unless there's some other revelation, this is going to be the most accurate that we've got.
Yeah.
These same stickers printed from the same vendor are the ones that are in the hands of Tom's crew right now.
Yeah.
So hopefully at some point in the near future, we're going to see this, but on Tom's actual Strat.
Be crazy, dude. Be fucking crazy.
So yeah, there we go.
All right. Well, this was great. Davey, appreciate your time. Enjoyed hanging out as always. And Davey's going to be selling his old one. So if anybody wants one,
I will be selling the made in Mexico Strat, which is, I guess you could call it the original Davey Jones Strat, and the one that I've been playing, you know, personally since 2017. So yeah, that one I will be selling. I don't know if I'm going to do eBay or Reverb or something, but I'll figure that out, and I'll let you know so that you can let the podcast audience know.
And Davey's now on Instagram, so hit him up. _real_ Davey Jones, I believe. Yep. So follow Davey. You can get to him on there. And as always, man, appreciate your time. This was rad.
Yeah, I'll be putting photos up from our session on my Instagram, and of course you'll be using them here in the video for the process as we went along. Dude, Poppin, thanks so much for hanging with me on this. It's like, it's stressful to like actually put all the art on your guitar. It's can be nerve-wracking, but you know, I prepped and I practiced, and just glad you were able to help me kind of walk through it with the checklist. Special thanks to Allan Corona, the guy who I shipped my guitar to, and he was able to strip it and prime it and, you know, sand out any of the body damage and stuff. And he had all the electronics done with the shop that does Tom's guitars, those same guys. And special thanks to our research out there, you know, like Thibaut and Q182 and blinkstillrules and you, of course. I guess I'll see you next time, Poppin.
Yeah, man. Enjoyed it. We'll talk soon. Peace.